Patrick Johnston, Ed Willis, Whitetail Video, our beautiful Canucks Sports Lounge. Ed, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm just a little concerned that Kurt Ridley has been demoted to the second row. However, we'll carry on.
Alex McGillney's been promoted.
Well, he has, yeah. There just doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason. Like, why? Well, I guess, sure. Okay.
Paul's preferences is, I think.
Okay, Andre Boudreau in the top row, though. I don't know. Sure,
anyway,
let's go on.
Ed, Legends Night. Last night was Monday night. The Sedins were there, but it was about Naslin, Smeal, Linden, and I guess Pavel Bure by video. What did you make of the night?
I thought it was fine. It created a nice energy in the building, and I thought actually the Canucks fed off that in the first period. They came out with a real purpose that had been lacking in their previous three games. And the whole week has a nice feel to it, too, with everybody coming back for the Twins. It was funny. I got home last night, and they were showing their last home game, and I was actually invested in it. I found it really moving on a number of different levels, not the least of which is just the level to which this team has changed over the last 2 years. You're looking at, where did that guy go? Where did that guy go? Yeah. It's crazy.
The name bar that struck me, I caught that last night as well, is with Michael Del Zotto's one of the guys right in front of the camera.
Sam Gagne's the winger in that game. So
the touch of having the Legends. When I first heard that they were doing this, I was like, it seems like a bit much. Yeah. And even as we jokingly noted that, I think was it Daniel or Henrik that said, one night would be nice, but this is nice too. I thought it played out really well, and just to see, obviously there is the whole Linden dynamic that we know about, but to see, and of course Stan Smeal has been around, and he's a face that you and I certainly see a lot, and I think the fans see reasonably often. But to have Marcus Naslin in, I think to me was such a nice touch. Because he isn't, he lives in Sweden. We don't see him. And, we really last saw him, I think it's fair to say, at his retirement night, certainly in the public face. It was just good to see him. It's just a reminder of how important he was to this team. He's a name I think we don't actually talk about enough. I think we need to talk about more going forward as being one of, he is one of the greatest Canucks. He was such an important player, both for the team, but in the league as a whole.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of the larger message involved with these ceremonies. It really is a chance to celebrate what history the Canucks have established, and they've had to manufacture a lot of that history. There's a couple of things missing, most notably a Stanley Cup, but they've still created these characters, these stars that were really important to this market, to this city, and this franchise. And I think it is important that they at least keep that narrative going, keep those people in the forefront of people's consciousness.
And obviously, big night tomorrow night, Wednesday night. Sedins are going to be there. They've got a slew of people they've invited to be part of it. It is going to be quite a spectacle, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it will. And again, it kind of speaks to, their careers, their place in the community, their place in the franchise history, that all these, and again, you can make the case that Ryan Kessler is kind of being repatriated into the Canucks community through the power of this Sedins celebration. And that's kind of one of the really cool offshoots that's coming. I'm looking forward to talking to Alex Burrows for a story I'm working on. Just all these, really Kevin Bieksa, really, great characters who've been, a part of their story. And the fact that they want to be here to celebrate with them, I think, says so much.
And it's so much about that 2011 team. A reminder again of, not only the quality of player that you have to have. If you're going to be a championship contender, you have to have as much talent as you can. But you also just have to have they have to be good people as well. Yeah. And such a reminder of character and ability to get along. And, even if you didn't necessarily agree with the person's personality or whatever, you're like, he's a winner, I want him on my team. And you just name off all these guys who have these, let's be honest, strong personality. We've seen that, especially, in their sort of post-hockey life. Yep. To me, that's the other reminder about all this, and what a sort of sensational night I think it's going to be.
Yep, and we've got the Sunday afternoon thing as well to wrap things up. Speaking of wrapping up, see what I did there?